Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the box score. We are instant reacting to the Bulls' big win in Game 2 over the Bucks. I think we're all freaking out. We're all trying to stay quiet because it's like midnight.
Chris has a brick back.
Chris is
Well,
throwing
do
a
it.
bricks and frozen. Frozen like the roses. We don't know what's happening. All right, you know what? Let's go to Joey. He's freaking out. Joey, give us your reaction to the game, man. What are you
Dude, I
feeling?
can't. That's unbelievable. Like the 18-point lead, they weathered the run in the third quarter. They go on a 12-1 run themselves, and like I just like DeRozan's filthy. I can't believe they didn't send a double team at him earlier. Like I just don't understand why they kept letting him go one-on-one. I mean, good for us. Caruso, that dude is just ridiculous.
Yeah, he was awesome defensively.
2 charges from Giannis. I mean, just straight up planking, taking him right in the face.
Blocks.
And that big rebound blocks. It just, the defensive effort was great. I just,
Man.
fantastic, man. That is
Riding high. I did not. I don't think I sat the entire fourth quarter. Maybe just like during a couple commercials. That was it.
Dude, not gonna lie, like the Bucks should be pretty fucking nervous right now.
Yeah, they haven't played good. The other thing too, now I want to talk a little bit about game 1 and game 2. Now that I've seen game 2, I mean, game 1 was winnable.
Yeah.
And game 2 you won. And you won. I mean, I know it got pretty close here at the end. It was a little hairy, but they were in control a good portion of this game. I'm not sure if Chris is with us, but if you're with us, Chris,
am I here?
You're here, but
hear you.
your
Can't see it.
visuals off. So just
The heck?
shout it out.
It's fine, man. You look great.
Yeah, you look great.
Backboard.
Uh-oh.
He's
How about
back.
now?
Nothing. Just go ahead and talk, though. We can hear you.
We can hear
Because
you.
for me it looks normal. But no, I think Pat Williams said it before the game. Giannis puts on his pants just like he does, and he proved not to be a god. He's not a guy. He's just a guy, right? And so,
Yeah. I mean, Giannis
Chicago-
looked really good, but
but he wasn't unbeatable, right? Like,
Yeah.
No.
we kept looking at Giannis as this guy, like, oh man, and like honestly, there were parts in that fourth quarter where I felt, oh man, here comes Giannis. They're gonna come back in the last 3 minutes,
Mhm.
and but then Caruso gets a good outlet pass. I think did he hit the corner jumper? I can't
He did
remember.
hit-
yeah,
he
he
hit a
might have
corner
hit one.
3 early.
Who
But
hit the corner jumper late? Was it? It wasn't Caruso. It was
Levine hit one. Levine hit the corner 3.
I honestly don't
Yeah,
remember. seeing
Levine hit the corner 3. Yeah,
Vooch made all those 3-pointers. He looked so crisp and just competent.
I mean,
out there. It was fantastic.
Vooch 10 of 18, 4 of 8 from 3-pointers. Caruso 3 of 8. All of his points came from 3-point land. Three there. Levine 3 of 4 from 3. 7 of 13 from the field. DeMar 16 of 31. And Pat Will 5 of 9 from the field.
yeah. Pat Will played big. He played
Get
big.
it, dude.
He had a
He
couple
played-
of big
yeah.
shots too. Late again. I'm trying to. It's all blurring together, and mostly I was just stomping around my living room.
The thing with Pat, he had a 3 late in the game because like the way they moved it around.
Oh,
The
yeah.
defense on Milwaukee was nice, but you can just tell when he took it, he did not want to take that shot.
Yeah.
And
He wanted none of
it's
that.
like, oh, okay, Pat
But you know what?
Williams.
He had that one play where they kicked it out and he was wide open for 3 and he drove it. And Stacy was saying, hey, you got to get him the ball like Brooke Lopez. That was
Yeah.
when they were playing the zone and he drove it right past them. Went in, nice little left-handed layup. It was
Yeah, no, Stacey was on point with that. He's like, they're not guarding him, and they weren't. And the thing is, when he got the ball in that corner, and that short corner was open all night, whether it was Caruso, whether it was Zach, or whether it was P. Will, somebody's in that corner. And when that double comes on DeMar in particular, especially on the pick and roll with Vooch and DeMar, they got to move the ball. And I mean, with the times they did it, it was successful. But that's there for the Bulls. They're giving them that to us right now. So, I mean, and that's something I could see is going to be there in game 3, is going to be there in game 4, unless they change their plan. So, man, this is, hey, we got a series, boys.
I don't like. Okay, so I think Barkley at halftime was talking about how the Bucks just looked uninterested.
Yeah, they
in
don't
the game. They've
Yeah.
beaten the Bulls 17 of the last 18 times, right? And
Yeah.
after a while, you kind of just get complacent. You're like, yeah, whatever. And I still don't think this. I think I wanted the Bulls to win one game. I didn't think they would. I'm glad they won this game, but I'm not expecting. I'm expecting like a 3-game sweep here. I
yeah.
feel like I'm just more pessimistic about it than.
I would still say, like, I still think the Bucks are going to win this series. But I think it got real interesting because, and I think I texted you guys before the series started. I said, I will be ecstatic if the Bulls win a game other than 1 or 3, because I felt like game 1's the winnable game. Game 3, the first game at home, is the winnable game. To me, this is a win for us where it's game 2. You're coming off that, kind of like that, just that garbage game from both teams, but the Bucks hung on. So I was fully expecting the Bucks to come out, heavy, and they didn't. And now as you're starting to go, hey, are the Bucks right? Are they just going through the motion? I don't think the Bucks thought this was going to be a tough series. I think they thought they were going to walk over the Bulls, and it's not the case. So,
well, especially because Middleton got hurt too.
Yeah,
Middleton got hurt.
I feel like if Middleton didn't get hurt, we'll see what the extent of that injury is.
Yeah,
Bobby was out. Bobby was out early.
I mean, that's big. He definitely got some injuries. I think. I mean, yeah, you said Giannis was beatable tonight, but I think he's still dominating for the Bucks right now. But he's the only one. And Holiday played pretty solid too. But in the fourth quarter, he was throwing up bricks. So he
was so sloppy.
Yeah,
a lot of turnovers tonight.
He had 6 turnovers, but yeah, man.
Bucks had 15 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, as a team, they've been playing sloppy both games. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I still think, again, going to the bigger picture for the series, I still think this is the series where they're kind of rounding themselves into shape and getting ready for their push. But I don't see why the Bulls can't take advantage, because the other thing is, me and Joey, we're going to be there Friday night. The madhouse is going to be the
rocking.
madhouse.
It's going to be nuts.
Holy crap, dude. I guess I ask you guys, what do you guys think about sort of the rotation that they went to late? I said in the chat, I want to see 6 guys. It's the starters and Javonte, and that's who they went to late to close it out pretty much. I know Thompson got some minutes when Vooch got in foul trouble. But is there anybody that can really step up, maybe when they get home? Kobe and Ayo play a little better. But what do you guys think about the bench minutes? Derek Jones Jr. too got some minutes. What do you guys think?
They had 10 bench points.
Yes. The Bucks had 8.
Yeah, this was not a bench heavy game.
This was not.
But also, the Bucks had a lot more minutes from their bench. Connington and Grayson Allen played 43 combined.
I don't know. I kind of like what Tristan brought in. I mean, he's
Savvy.
He's a good counter to Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not in terms of the defensive side, but like his offensive rebounding is just so much more active, and he's just so much more like a presence down there. I mean, you saw he subbed in when Vooch got that 5th foul, and the first play down, he gets an offensive rebound or gets a foul called on Lopez. Like, he's just active. And for a team, like, when they're going with that lineup, like Patrick Williams, their biggest guy, and he's not, like, depending on where he's playing on defense, he's not necessarily down in the paint to get a rebound. So I kind of like the little mix in of Thompson. They're going to need some minutes from the bench. I mean, DeMar looked exhausted.
Yeah, he was
like 44 minutes. If he played 43, like, I mean, they got some rest at the end of the season, but I mean, that's a load to carry. Caruso too. I mean, he was nursing that back injury all season. His wrist still is 100%. I mean, he played 38 minutes. That's a lot.
Caruso team high plus 16, 10 assists.
Nice.
The dude, he was
everywhere.
He was doing the best Lonzo Ball impression you could ask for.
No, that was actually perfect. Because he had that outlet pass too early in the game that was very Lonzo-esque. Defensively, he was locking up Middleton too.
Yeah, no, it's
getting blocks on Giannis, charges. I mean, that guy, he was playing great. I mean, Vooch hit some clutch shots. DeMar, obviously, the 41 looked awesome. I think the improvements I could see if Zach can stay aggressive, man, and keep going to the basket. I would love that. And then what do you guys think they could do defensively to slow down Giannis? I mean, I know Stacey's kind of harping the whole game about you got to meet him before he gets going downhill.
I thought they were trying to do that a couple of times. I know it was like Caruso would be out there on the perimeter with him. I think Pat was out there a little bit, but like, I mean, Giannis takes 2 steps and he's at the basket from the 3-point line. It's so tough.
I think it's more in those transition, right? In those transition runs where like they know it works, but like, I mean, there was that one play, it was like Vooch, Levine, and P. Will, I think, or Caruso were like all around him, and he took the ball like 90 feet, and
they kept backing up.
Right, they just kept backing up. It's like, hey, someone's got to step in here and just make him pick up his dribble. I mean, and they can do it. Like they did it to him a handful of times tonight. And I mean, Giannis got his points. Like, don't get me wrong, but like he didn't look like his normal dominant, like confident self, right? Like I just got this 33 points, 40 minutes, but like I wasn't afraid of Giannis. Like at the end of that game,
Oh,
like,
really?
I wasn't like, all right, Giannis is going to beat us here. I was more concerned about weirdly Brook Lopez and like, is Drew Holiday going to get hot? Like, I think like you know what you're going to get from Giannis, right? Like if he's going to do it, like let him do it, and then get the ball and do something. Like I don't know. I just didn't have this fear of him throughout that game.
Yeah, I think my worries was more like the Bulls were going to give it up. I was like, they're gonna do something here to allow Milwaukee to get back in this, because they were out playing most of the game. When Milwaukee made their runs, it felt like it was more Bulls related than it was Milwaukee sort of, making a statement or doing something specific.
I can't believe it took until the third quarter to make that run for the Bucks.
Yeah,
I was just waiting for it to happen, and I can't
Middleton
believe it
got
took
hot.
that. I can't believe it took that long for them to do it. I was like, when is it going to come? Like, there was no fight, and then all of a sudden, and then immediately after that, they give up the 12-1 run. Like, just it's weird.
It was kind of like the Suns Pelicans game where Booker got hot, then he got hurt. Middleton gets hot, and it's like, oh, the Bucks are gonna run away with it, and then he gets hurt. It's like, oh nope, Bulls come right back.
Yeah.
So,
DeMar's getting MVP chance and away
in
arenas.
Milwaukee.
I know it's not far, but I mean they're the defending champs. Like they got fans.
But
They were Bulls fans, and
that's
a
actually
lot of Bulls
that's
running pretty deep.
I was joking with
that
Michelle. It was probably cheaper to get tickets up there than
it probably was.
Yeah, definitely.
But that used to be the case, right? It was United Center North or Chicago North, and like it shouldn't be that way, and it is, and that's something.
Well, I just think Milwaukee's fans and Milwaukee themselves, they did not think this was going to be a series. I think they ducked the Nets, hoping to get an easy one.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Our boys are tough. Could you imagine if we had Lonzo?
I think I'd be a lot more excited if we had Lonzo.
If we had Lonzo,
I'm just like
game 1's a win, you're up 2-0 probably.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
It was a 6-point game.
Game 1 was winnable.
Maybe.
It was winnable. A little bit more control. Like the Bulls lost that game on their own. Like the Bucks didn't beat them. They lost that game. A little bit more control, a little bit more poise, a little bit more defense. Like I
am surprised how just flat Milwaukee looks outside of Giannis and Brook a little bit. But, like Drew looks bad. Wesley Matthews, he does a couple things early, but then I don't remember seeing him the rest of the game. When he hits, but
he didn't have anything.
It's funny. I think last year we talked about Chris. You were harping on Connaughton hard about just not being.
Useful. He was 1 for 6 today.
He kind of came around a little bit there in the finals, but I mean, he was back to his old tricks tonight.
He's a streaky man.
Streaky man. I mean, Holiday's playing good D on Levine. I think he's kind of locking him up a little bit. But other than that, offensively, especially in the fourth quarter, he kind of disappeared. And it was all Giannis and,
Giannis and Brook. Because they're just so big. Vooch did the best he could against Giannis in the paint. Yeah. But you can't. He's not big enough.
Well, we predicted this game outside of the result. We were pretty darn close. I mean, I said Levine was going to get his normal mid-20s. He got 20. Chris called DeMar getting a 40.
Yeah, I was expecting that from him. Vooch, I think did we talk about Vooch bounce back? I don't know if we mentioned that, but I was expecting that a little bit.
Playoff Vooch.
Patrick Williams almost had a double-double, 9 rebounds.
Hey, and that's okay. The best,
1 steal, 1 block. That's
the best part of this series is the fact that Patrick Williams is getting a lot of minutes. Hopefully, Kobe and Ayo can get some more playing time. Kobe looked flat out there too.
They just got to play better.
A few turnovers,
they're making a lot of mistakes. They get pulled quick.
Yeah. So
it's big lights for them.
I mean, this is where I'm thinking they missed Lonzo so much because let's say if Caruso's coming in that second unit and he's running the point, and Kobe's playing off him or Ayo's playing off him, then you start to have a real good first and second unit. Okay, I'm back in. I was so pessimistic going into the playoffs.
We roped him in.
You roped me in.
Oh my god.
We got Timberwolves tomorrow night. Anybody excited? Tim's Grizz? Let's go.
I'm ready for the Grizz to go ahead and take this one. Yeah. Control this one.
I'm gonna be up till 2 a.m.
I know. I'm gonna be up.
I'm
trying to calm down.
Wired. I'm so wired.
Well, we can wrap this up here. The box score.
When the bean hit that 3, I let out a little shriek and I I went to the baby monitors immediately.
Yeah, there was a couple moments where I was like, "Ooh, I gotta
Don't wake him up. Don't wake
gotta
him
keep
up.
it
If
down."
if Chris
Hey.
Middleton is hurt, do you guys think that the Bulls can win this series?
Yes.
Yes,
That was the fastest yes.
Yes.
yes. Like honestly, right now, I feel like the Bulls are gonna win Game 3, and maybe I'm crazy. I just feel like the energy in that building is they're gonna have a good moment.
It's
and
the first home playoff game. Yeah,
in
what,
that 5 years,
Yeah.
and coming off the win.
DeRozan typically has, when he gets a good game, he usually follows it up with another pretty decent one. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, if he has a run like he had in the middle of the season where he was scoring 30 a game and just going off,
they're getting the series if he has a run like that.
I mean,
That was
I think it's coming back to Milwaukee 2-2, and I think we're, I think Milwaukee is gonna take care of it after that. But I think we're gonna have a really fun 4 or 5 games.
This is what I was hoping for. It's a respectable
Yeah.
series, right? It's not like, we deserve to be here.
Hey, if it's 2-2, we might need to get tickets to Milwaukee. Chris, you might have to drive down.
Ooh.
Oh, if it's 2-2,
We might need to call in some favors to the wives and find a
say,
way
hey,
to make
right.
this
boys trip to Milwaukee.
Honestly, a game 7, I think I'd be
Ooh,
talking
if,
to
if
that.
there's a game 7, I think that's we got
go to the Deer District.
Take out some of that college fund for the kids and just be like, sorry, kids.
Sorry,
I'll
kids.
put it back in later.
Fuck them kids.
I'll
Game
be
7.
punished.
Fuck
I'll be
them
punished.
kids.
Screw it, let's bring them. Piper can just shout
Yeah.
Levine all night.
I mean, she called it. You said asked her if the Bulls were going to win tonight.
Piper was the only one that believed.
Dude,
She believed.
she wakes up
everybody
in the
said, yeah.
morning, she's gonna get swung around in the air like a freaking windmill.
So we were talking about when Michelle was up watching the game. I was like, if we win tonight, we got to have Piper on every episode before. Like, hey, are the
That
Bulls
is
going to win?
the ticket.
She said playoff predictions with Piper.
I saw
You're
her
sick.
outfit put out for tomorrow, and it is not a bull shirt, and I'm about to go change that.
switched. It will be
It is
swapped.
being switched. I'm in charge of school tomorrow, and there is a bull shirt going on that kid.
All right, boys.
Cool.
Let's try to get some sleep tonight
Let's
if we
go.
can.
Let's go.
Bulls at 6.
Bulls
Box
at
out.
6.
Have a good night, boys.
Box out.
Let's do it.
Box out.